From the Northeast Georgia Business RadioX studio, this is Northeast Georgia Business Radio. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Northeast Georgia Business Radio. I'm your host, Tom Sheldon, and we're coming to you live from the beautiful Empower College and Career Center of Jackson County. I have with me a community partner in the studio today. Very excited about that. I have with me today from TruVista Communications, Andrew Seaver and Brian Winland. Gentlemen, welcome to the Northeast studio.
Hey, Tom. How are you, sir? Thanks for having us again.
I'm well, man. Now, Andrew, you're back.
We certainly value the opportunity to come and talk with you and have valued the opportunity since back in 2023 when we started as one of your early community partners. So
yes.
we're appreciative of this time and wanted to share a little bit of an update about what we've got going on. And we know everybody wants to hear about what's happening in the internet world, and that's what we're here to talk about today.
Can't live without it.
Absolutely not.
Who'd you bring with you? Who's this guy?
Brian Winland here with TruVista. I served this area for 3 years as our Director of Construction and Engineering, so have an intimate relationship with what we've done in the community. Now I serve as our Market Development Director for South Carolina and Georgia, and I'm super excited to be here.
Well, I guess welcome back, I guess.
Yes, sir.
He's smiling when he said yes, sir, so hopefully he likes it. You must like it. Who doesn't like it out here?
It's a beautiful place. Now, TruVista, we serve from Sky Valley as far south as Brazelton. A lot of beautiful real estate in between those two areas for sure.
TruVista, let's recap for those scoring at home. TruVista is, put it in easy terms, an internet company.
We are your traditional internet service provider. We have 128 years of history. We were founded back in 1897 in a rural town and not too much unlike Jefferson, but in Chester, South Carolina, and we have grown with the technology. So as the technology progressed, of course, from telephone onto cable and now to fiber, we value that opportunity, and we are the fiber-based company that's looking to help bring some connectivity to Jackson County and have been for the last 5 or so years now.
Yeah, well said, Andrew. Tom, this year is a pivotal year because now we can really call ourselves a fiber broadband company. The amount of passings that we serve in South Carolina, North Georgia, and South Georgia, our fiber footprint is now the largest within our company.
Congratulations. Wow.
We have more fiber than we have coax and copper, which
that's a good thing, right?
It's a huge thing for us, and it's a milestone. All of the new build that we're doing, of course, is going to be fiber optic based. We're not implementing any more of the legacy type services.
No more coax.
No more.
Don't even know what it is at this point.
It certainly isn't scalable for the future, and we know that there's more need for connectivity every day as the number of devices in your home continues to grow. That we certainly know that what was fast a couple years ago certainly isn't now. So fiber is what is scalable and is future-proof. Certainly not looking to make any investments in that old technology like we were just talking about.
We keep adding those devices, man. Hey, who doesn't need 8 Alexas?
Yeah, I mean,
I got 8. I'm proud of it.
I can expand on that a little bit. I'm glad Andrew brought it up, and it was brought to my attention the last time we sat in this room was October of 23. Some additional things to talk about since that time is that in October of 2023, our fiber service to a home or a business capped out at 1 gig by 1 gig. That means your upload speed was a gig, download speed was a gig. As of today, that number is 5 gigs, so we've increased our speed by 5-fold, which is amazing. We've also implemented new equipment that goes in homes and businesses called Eero. To your point, Eero connects hundreds of connected devices, and by hundreds, I mean over 200. Now, I don't have 200 devices in my house.
That sounds like a challenge to me.
Right, but if I did, we can support it. Also, I'll finish with that comes a good, better, best internet security, and there's a lot of reasons for internet security. On top of our network is deployed with Cisco Umbrella, which not many other providers, if any, can say. So we provide the highest level of internet security and safety to our customers as well.
You went from 1 gig to 5, basically. To me, that's a huge jump. I don't know if you guys think it is, right? I'm not in the business. Is that something that's quote-unquote normal to jump like that? I know when technology leaps, technology leaps. Is this something that's going to happen often? It's only been, 16 months
It's-
since I've seen you.
It's crazy. And I'll put it into maybe some real world examples. If I don't know if you've done it, Tom, but I did it and I was totally floored. But I went into an Apple store and signed up to do the Vision Pro demonstration. It's a VR module that you wear on your head. You can see through it. There's all kinds of applications that are there in your field of view. And my first thought was, oh my God, I can't imagine what kind of bandwidth you would need to support.
Yeah, what's this thing going to soak up?
It's unreal. So we've already been having discussions. We're at 5 gig today. It may be 25 gig before we know it.
Wow.
AI
Wow.
and VR are pushing bandwidth to new limits. Fiber technology is scalable. Certainly getting that fixed fiber connection to a premise enables a lot of growth, and it scales as the devices on either end of that fixed fiber connection evolve. The other technologies like satellite and legacy copper, they're not evolving as fast as fiber. So I think we're in a great spot from a future-proof perspective. We're deploying fiber everywhere. Certainly have our finger on the pulse of the newest, latest, and greatest equipment to drive the technology.
How far can fiber go? Do we know? Do we have an idea? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
I can answer it, but it would
he's
get
not
technical.
going to.
Yeah,
He's
so,
not going to.
they make a variety of transmit and receive devices for the fiber. I've heard terms like an 80-kilometer SFP. If you want the light to go 80 kilometers in one direction and back the other, they probably make it scalable to any kind of distance that you can imagine. We generally set to serve homes, like light travels around 18,000 kilofeet from a power source, but it's measured in a unit called dBs, and we absolutely measure to a strict standard the amount of dBs that hit the side of a house to provide the best service possible.
You warned me it would be technical.
It was.
Okay, a question you may not have an answer for. I got to ask this. We're going down that road. When the days when quantum computing come together, what's that going to do to optics?
Define quantum computing.
Well, I don't know. And I don't know. Will everyone have one in their home? 40-something years ago, we laughed at the thought of a computer in everyone's home. Now we have 6 in everyone's home.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. And now the conversation is around these enormous AI centers that they're building.
Massive
and
data centers. Yeah.
the amount of it really comes down to the number of processors, the
Right.
little device that's calculating all the ones and zeros.
Yeah.
And it's grown exponentially. The nice thing is, from a fiber standpoint, is the transmit and receive part of it is very technical, but the transmission part of it, that being the physical fiber itself, we've got plenty out there, and that's decades of future scalability that's in the ground, in the air. It's there for the communities to use as these technologies continue to evolve.
I hear you. Well, Andrew, I've tried to trip him up left and right. It's not working.
Like I said, Brian has been and built a lot of our network here, and all of our network here across Jackson County is fiber too. So a lot of that is all greenfield for us, where a lot of other folks in the community don't have that opportunity. They're trying to update those old technologies. But quickly back to what you were talking about with the computing, it seems that the limit isn't the broadband providers. The limit right now is the power providers.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
a huge conversation in both Atlanta and across the region in South Carolina. They're having issues as well.
It's across the country, yeah.
The needs for
Alternative energies.
Well, exactly. And behind the meter solutions, because they certainly can't find enough power. I mean, the amount of power is exponential growth, even just from what the workloads were just 2 or 3 years ago, from what you see from Georgia Transmission and Georgia Power and Southern Company. So
That is a totally different podcast.
it totally is.
Or we'll just turn the mics off and talk about that one. Guys, I need a break. I've got to take a break. I need a rest. I'm going to take a quick nap, folks. We're going to get in a community partner. Folks, we will be right back. We have some great community partners. One of them is MoneyPenny. Have you ever been worried that your clients aren't able to correspond with you fast enough? MoneyPenny is a world-leading outsourced communications provider offering U.S.-based, dedicated receptionists and large business phone handling provisions. You've seen the live chat boxes when you visit a website. That's live chat services. And yes, MoneyPenny handles that as well. Visit moneypenny.com for services and details. MoneyPenny, your business's second home. Hey, and while you're at it, visit our new website, negabrx.com, to see all our great community partners. Gentlemen, you still with me?
Absolutely.
You're
Yes,
there.
sir.
I didn't know if y'all would run out and, maybe go dig some holes or something on the side of the road and stuff big orange tubes down into them. And is that fiber?
It is.
Is that it?
It is. Yep. Those big spools you're seeing along
That's
the highway.
fiber.
That is generally along the right of ways, coming through a lot of places. Brian wanted to talk a little bit about where we've been here in Jackson County, especially, but.
Yeah, I can touch on those things, Andrew, for sure. In North Georgia, we support Rabun, Stevens, Franklin, and Jackson counties primarily. We touch on a few of the adjacent ones. We serve about 35,000 premises in that area here in North Georgia, and we have over 12,000 customers, which is great. I would love it to get more and let people experience kind of the local touch. All of our employees, they live, they work, they go to church in these communities. When you call TruVista, you're talking to someone that is probably going to be very familiar with your area and community, which is always a great thing. It's not an overseas call center. It's a more intimate experience. We serve around 9,000 premises today in Jackson, and we're going to grow that to over 11,000 over the course of 2025. We're moving into the area of Jackson Trail. Think Winder Highway and Jackson Trail where those meet. I know some areas like Cabot's Creek, Summit Chase, Lake Preserve. We're moving in those directions. So really excited to bring a much better technology and much better customer experience to those areas here in Jackson County.
And Brian, with those fiber services, we will offer our entire portfolio of what we can provide across our technology.
The social media safety, you put a lot into that. TruVista puts a lot into that. Now, you're part of that, are you not, Brian?
Yes, sir. I would love to describe a curriculum that the company put together, and it's delivered to seventh graders in local school systems, and it's gone over very well. We did it countywide in one of our counties in South Carolina, but it's an internet safety curriculum aimed at seventh grade level students. And the purpose of it is to talk about social media safety. And inside of social media safety are safety considerations around things like shopping, chatting, and content. It's so important nowadays that we maintain high integrity with our digital footprints. And I think that's especially true to get that message to kids in schools to understand that their digital footprint follows them. And it's important to maintain a high level of safety. And with that comes some education. And we provide that in terms of a program and a presentation that we deliver to seventh graders in local school systems as a means of community support, and most importantly, as a means for these children to be educated and understand a lot of the safety issues and concerns around social media, internet, the do's and don'ts, if you will. I think it's a very important message to get to children of that age.
So you physically go to the schools.
Absolutely.
It's a presentation, basically.
It is a presentation. Tasia Strickland with our marketing organization does a phenomenal job of delivering the presentation. It's very engaging. The kids are very interested. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's so important, again, to get that safety message out at an early age to protect kids, enable their chances of doing it right, and maintaining a very high integrity digital footprint.
We know that our product is a quality of life improvement for a lot of folks, but we also know that there's a lot of dangers that come with that. Our board and our leadership has identified that, and Brian and Tasia and others have taken the lead, and we look forward to sharing that more with the community across Northeast Georgia Business Radio listening area.
It's nice you put a program together because that is a moving target. The dangers just continue and ever changing. You guys staying on top of that is a huge help.
Yeah, and back to some of the internet security, we do a lot on the front end to filter a lot of the bad out. So the internet experience you get being a TruVista customer, a lot of the negative content is filtered for you as part of those internet security options. The curriculum reinforces it at a decision level. And
the idea is that it allows the parents to know what's coming in and allow those levels of control should there be a need to
Nice, okay.
regulate with the parental control idea. That
Sure.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah.
And on a more global level, like the bad actors, the well-known bad actors are certainly filtered out, and we're always proactively monitoring what's coming in to the network, be it an attack, negative content, that kind of stuff. So that happens at a global level within TruVista and our core network.
Well, guys, I know there's a website somewhere.
Yeah, there is. TruVista.net is where you can find out about all of our offerings, as well as the opportunities for where our network is growing, as well as reaching out to Brian or myself as we are up here in this North Georgia territory, and are happy to be a resource to you, Tom, and to the business community, so that we can again connect what matters, which is one of our mottos, bringing the outside world to your home is what we like to do, and again, continue to be a community partner in doing so.
Much appreciated. Guys, if we got it all in, we'll wrap up. We'll get out of here early today. Andrew, Brian, they're going to play some music here in a second, and we will get out of here. But thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks again for the time, Tom. We appreciate the opportunity.
You're always welcome. One of my favorite community partners. Folks, TruVista Communications, TruVista.net. See what new communities they're getting into. Bringing that fiber to us, and we need it, folks. Hey, I'm Tom Sheldon. We'll talk to you soon.